As you know, under the No Child Left Behind, the schools, if they're going to get the federal money, have to allow recruiters to come onto campus.
Okay.
And there's a provision for parents to opt out.
Right.
But that has, around the country, that's become very difficult to do in some school districts.
Wow.
There are cases where the students are discouraged.
From opting out?
Opting out through various methods. And this is something that the ACLU will react to if we become aware of a school board that is not following what the provisions of the law are.
That is what our culture is. The government does not have a right to know what you're doing all the time. They don't even have a right to know who you are. They don't have a right to. The government doesn't have a right to know who the person walking down the street is. Why? People can walk down the street without telling the government who they are.
The ACLU isn't happy either. They say the current policy violates someone's First Amendment rights.
It's really like having somebody in the library who's telling you that you can't look at a particular book because it makes them uncomfortable.
The, quote, welcoming and comfortable, unquote, language in the current policy infringes on the public's right to access constitutionally protected material and should be removed. No one who has spoken or written in support of amending the current language has advocated for or supports access to child pornography or materials that represent obscenity. We seek a policy that respects every individual's right to enjoy the services provided by the library without being subjected to the bias and censorship of any patron or library staff member who may personally disagree with what we choose to read or view. It is the responsibility of this board to ensure that the constitutional rights of all patrons are upheld.
The ACLU says Rieger is right. The median should be fair game to the public.
Just because they don't want it doesn't mean the public doesn't have a right to use a traditional, a clear, and undisputed public forum.
The areas that get the most speech protection for these type of public issues are streets, sidewalks, and parks. And as the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals found in the case that I cited in this letter, what are the grassy medians but a combination of streets, parks, and sidewalks? And all the circuit courts that have looked at this type of area, these types of grassy medians at a government seat, have found that only the reasonable time, place, and manner restrictions can be applied.
This is a public forum.
The ACLU got involved after the permit was denied, saying this is a space, a perfect place for freedom of expression.
I think it's a victory for the average guy in the street. It's a victory for the troops that are in Iraq right now, for the people who have died, for their families, just because this is simply a display that's going to honor them, that's going to commemorate their sacrifice, their loss.
So Deborah will start placing the flags here Saturday, and it will be ready Monday for everyone to see.